It'll be Manchester United in their red shirts, black shorts and black socks who will get the game underway. Defending the end to our right, behind which is the United supporting contingent. We're underway. Big game. City win their third title in just 7 seasons. These are the two lineups as the ball is played back to David De Gea, the Manchester United goalkeeper. City, first of all, Ederson, his opposite number in goal. Then a back four of Danilo, Otamendi, Kompany and Delph. Then we've got Fernandinho, Gundogan and David Silva. Then Bernardo Silva, Sterling and Sané. The ball's in the Manchester City penalty area at the moment, played carefully through Kompany and on by Danilo towards the halfway line. Partially won back by Manchester United. His keeper is De Gea. Their defence, Valencia, Smalling, Bailly and Young. Then we've got Herrera, Matic and Pogba. Pogba appears to have taken up the left-sided role of that midfield three. And then it's Lingard and Sanchez either side of Lukaku. City in their sky blue shirts, white shorts and sky blue socks. Throw into Manchester United directly in front of us. Ashley Young will take it. Lingard rushed across to offer himself, played it back to Young. Thought the ball had crossed the touchline there, but the assistant didn't think that was the case. So it's back to Bailly, onto Valencia on the far side of the field. Stav to Matic, back to Valencia. Valencia hits it forward, Lingard chases after it, but it's carefully headed back by Otamendi to goalkeeper Ederson. Robbie.
Yeah, looking at Bernardo Silva's position, he's going to play as that number 9 or at times a false number 9, dropping into the number 10 position, as you said, with Sané on the left and Sterling on the right.
Here's Otamendi. I think it's a mild evening in Manchester, but he's still wearing gloves. Back it goes to Kompany. Otamendi once more, and now Fernandinho just short of the centre circle, slipped a pass to the left to David Silva, and David Silva, who I thought actually had an excellent game at Anfield the other night, but the passing just didn't quite come off for City. Now it's played back by Herrera, and now Bailly, one of the two central defenders in the visiting lineup, onto Valencia. Valencia tries to tap it off. Sané hoping to win a throw-in, but it's still in play, and it's back with Bailly just outside the Manchester United penalty area. Now played right-footed over the halfway line. Lukaku jumped, this time the jump, and it runs through to Kompany, who flicks it quickly to Danilo on the near side. Danilo still short of the halfway line, into Fernandinho, onto David Silva. I must say it's an odd City lineup that doesn't feature De Bruyne. De Bruyne is on the bench, so too is Walker, Aguero, Laporte, Jesus and Touré. City on the attack with Sané playing a 1-2, and then his touch wasn't great. The ball squirts back to Danilo, who shoots left-footed into the Manchester United fans, 30 yards wide of goal.
Yeah, good start from City, but it's going to be interesting to see how Bernardo Silva does. We've seen Jesus play up front on his own really against Van Dijk and Lovren. He didn't get a kick hardly at all, not a physical presence. You know, Bernardo Silva's up against Smalling and Bailly, so I'm not sure they're going to be able to get the ball into him and play little triangles off him. It's going to have to be when he drops deep and the runs of Sané and Sterling to get beyond him.
I'm sure Guardiola must be hoping that Aguero will be fit for Tuesday night. A game, of course, that you'll hear here on 5 Live. Nearly 4 minutes gone at the Etihad Stadium. City 0, United 0. If City win, they're champions. It's an odd ball by David Silva, played straight to Pogba, and then if the pass had gone through from Sanchez, I think Lingard would have been offside. It didn't. It was intercepted by City, and then Kompany plays it carefully away to David Silva, onto Sané on the far side of the field, cutting it from the left, rolls over, and the referee Martin Atkinson says that's a free kick.
Yeah, United, as you said, lined up with that 3 in midfield, and everybody says Pogba, when he was at Juve, his best position was on the left of the 3. You know, and that's where he's starting today. Can he make those runs forwards? His best games for United have been in a midfield 3, where he can not as defensively minded, he can run forward and support Lukaku. So interesting to see how he does today. As
he did at Goodison earlier in the season, he transformed it in the second half for Manchester United. Fernandinho for City, to David Silva on the far side of the field. And into Fernandinho once more. Slipping it through to Silva. David Silva left of the penalty. Crosses low. Oh, it's a mistake by the defender. Well, was it a handball by Ashley Young? Bernardo Silva certainly thinks so.
I've got to say, I thought it was fantastic defending by Ashley Young. He slips, and then does he come off his arm or does he head it? That is the big question. I've got to say, like you, Alan, my first instinct was when he slipped on the 6-yard line, it seemed to come off his arm, bobble up. And that's why Sterling couldn't get the end of it. Big talking point already.
Well, I haven't seen a replay, but that was a key incident. Bernardo Silva had absolutely no doubt that City should have had a penalty. They didn't get a penalty. It's back with Company. Company, Manchester City's captain, on to Fernandinho. And he finds Bernardo Silva once more on the halfway line. Fernandinho. And play to David Silva. On to Sané on the far side of the field. And it's back with Fernandinho once more. David Silva to Otamendi, short of the halfway line, drives it long, aimed at Raheem Sterling, but he got the direction wrong, and it's rushing behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, that was the big talking point already, Alan, wasn't it? It was great play.
Here we're getting a replay of it now. There he slips. Oh goodness, well, he handled the ball. He definitely handled the ball with his left arm.
Yeah.
Penalty.
I've got to say, it is a penalty because Sterling would have got there. You know, he slipped, he tried to head it, but as he tried to head it, his left arm is outstretched, it hits him on the hand, therefore bobbles up out of the way of Sterling. That has to be a penalty. Let off for Manchester United.
Bernardo Silva having a word with the referee, Martin Atkinson, but he called it as he saw it, and no penalty was given. I mean, he was unfortunate, Ashley Young, slipping like that, and you can't be certain that he actually put his arm out deliberately to handle the ball. But 6 yards away from goal, I think most referees would have given that. Here's Matic from Manchester United in the City half, flicks it to the right and goes for the return ball. Matic then tackled by Otamendi. Matic holds him off. He's strong. Otamendi dives in the tackle again, and it goes out off Matic, out of play for a throw in to Manchester City. 7 minutes gone here at the Etihad. Manchester City 0, Manchester United 0. Let me run down the scores earlier. Everton 0, Liverpool 0. Bournemouth 2, Crystal Palace 2. It was 1-1, Brighton and Huddersfield. 2-1 for Newcastle away to Leicester. Newcastle in the top half of the table now. Stoke 1, Tottenham 2. Spurs level with Liverpool in terms of points in third place, behind only in goal difference. And then Watford 1, Burnley 2, and West Brom 1, Swansea 1. Here's Danilo over the halfway line, the right fullback, onto Raheem Sterling. Sterling skips away from Pogba, flicks it to Bernardo Silva. Silva back now to Gundogan. Gundogan into Fernandinho, and on it goes towards the far side, towards the Manchester City left, onto Leroy Sané, level with the edge of the United penalty, approaching it slowly, passes back, and now the cross in by Delph, deep, looking for Sterling, headed away by Ashley Young. He gets a second chance to clear, this time with his boot, and it goes out of play, near side of the field, throw to City, just in front of Jose Mourinho. Danilo to take the throw-in for the soon-to-be champions. Whether it happens tonight or not, no one can deny that they're going to win the title. Right? Young and Sterling, quote, collided. Sterling went down. The assistant had a clear view, and he said no foul by Ashley Young.
Wow, I've got no idea what they're watching there. It's a definite foul from Ashley Young. Sterling's on the wrong side. The ball's been allowed to throw into him. Ashley Young drags him to the ground. Had to be a free kick there.
Wasn't given. Like a quote penalty. It's out of play again for a throw-in to Manchester United. Jose Mourinho takes the opportunity to have quote words with Ashley Young, his left fullback. Young to take the throw-in just short of the halfway line. He's going to steal a couple of yards, is he? No, doesn't need to. Throws the ball back, and it's Smalling. Back to De Gea. Two excellent goalkeepers in view today. I still De Gea is the pick of the goalkeepers. Ederson, though, is only 24 years of age, and the arch sweeper keeper. Brilliant.
From Manchester United's point of view, you know, we've seen Romelu Lukaku when he played for Everton here at the Etihad, when he's isolated in one-on-one situations, when he can run at either an Otamendi or Company, he seemed to have the pace on him. So if United can get Lukaku in one-on-one situations against the centre-halves, that'll benefit them.
Here's Delph on the far side of the field, the Manchester City left back, forward to Sane, back to David Silva. David Silva running away from Herrera, and then he played it off Herrera, but it's done playing the far side of the field. Didn't result in the throw-in that he wanted, and United play the ball back to their keeper De Gea, who sweeps it over the halfway line. Headed back into the United half by Kompany. Only to Bailly, and Bailly's touch puts it out of play. The game hasn't properly settled yet, has it, Robbie?
No, it's City in comfortable possession, like they had more possession against Liverpool tonight, but you know, they've had a threat down that left-hand side, as you said, with Bernardo Silva. That pull back to Sterling should have been a penalty, but City control in possession.
Here's Fernandinho to David Silva. Back to Delph, and now Otamendi once more. Otamendi slips it to the left side. David Silva just holds off the challenge of Valencia, flicks it infield to Fernandinho, back to Otamendi. United trying to press these City players in possession, but City comfortable in possession, like there when Delph find Kompany easily, and on it comes to the right side to Danilo, just in front of us. Sterling into Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva looking to return the pass to Sterling, but the pass is partially intercepted by Sanchez at the expense of a throw-in taken by Bernardo Silva. Goes to Fernandinho, who exchanges passes with Gundogan, plays it back to Otamendi. Just getting a television view of De Bruyne on the bench. Can't get used to that thought. Danilo sweeps across it from the right side towards the far post. It's hit high, it's still dropping, and it drops safely for United into the hands of David De Gea.
Yeah, the United centre-halves are going to be after switched on by Ian Smalling, because at times they're going to have nobody to mark. You know, when Silva drops deep, they're going to find themselves, you know, with nobody up against them. What they're going to have runners. On that occasion, it was David Silva trying to get on that back post.
Wasn't it extraordinary, though, at Anfield, the amount of possession that City had, and they didn't force carries into a single save. Pogba comes forward. Oh, wow. Pogba checked and went to run inside of Danilo. He ran into Danilo, left in the air, and he gets a free kick.
Yeah, Pogba's on the left-hand side, drives it. Danilo, he tries to hurdle out of the way, and Danilo does commit himself. It is a foul, an opportunity now for Sanchez to put a good ball into the box. 12
minutes played here at the Etihad Stadium. We've yet to have an attempt on goal, though we might have had a penalty kick for what appeared to be a handball by Ashley Young, just 6 yards in front of his goal line. Sanchez from the left plays it in right-footed, deep, too deep. That was a poor free kick, easily caught by Ederson, and Ederson looks to lash it upfield towards Raheem Sterling. The chase back is by Sanchez to help out Ashley Young. Sterling wins it. Sterling beat two players. Now the referee must have, not the referee, the assistant must have seen a tug by Sterling on Ashley Young. Something's been thrown onto the pitch. Looks like a plastic bottle.
Yes. It's good play from Sterling, Alan. So Ederson catches the poor free kick from Sanchez. Ashley Young should see the ball out of play. Sterling keeps going, he wins the ball, and then he's a one-on-one situation against Sanchez, yet the linesman give a free kick. Sterling's three decisions all gone against him, very poor.
I wonder if that was a sugar-free bottle that was thrown onto the pitch. Not heavily taxed anymore. I make that remark as a diabetic who sometimes needs a bottle of sugary drink. Anyway, the free kick was rather wasted by Manchester United. Ball's back with Ederson. Plays it to his captain. Kompany gives it away. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, Herrera must have been bamboozled by the fact that the ball was played straight to him. Couldn't believe his luck. Couldn't take advantage.
Well, Ederson passes the ball to Kompany, who's on the penalty spot, tries to play out, and if I was a Manchester United player, I would try and let Kompany have the ball. He's a fantastic defender, but on the ball he's not as good as the other defensive players.
Corner to United from the right. Lots of red shirts in the City penalty. It's played in deep over the heads of all the players, but Matic rushes to the near side, keeps it in play for Manchester United. Matic taking on Sterling, and then he cleverly backheels the ball into Raheem Sterling's shin and gets a throw in as a result. That was awful from Kompany.
Yeah, it was, but they'll keep doing it. They'll keep playing their way out. You know, United pressed high and won the ball. They could have done better, Herrera.
Remember, City won the other derby this season at Old Trafford. But it's 0-0 so far. Oh, the flag's up for offside against Sanchez as the ball was flicked through to him, and it's a free kick to Manchester City. Nearly 15 minutes gone here at the Etihad Stadium. City 0, United 0. Our earlier commentary saw Spurs win 2-1 at Stoke, and tomorrow we've got two commentaries on 5 Live. Arsenal against Southampton at 2:15, and then Chelsea against West Bromwich Albion at 4:30, and then don't forget, Tuesday night we're live from the Etihad, City against Liverpool in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final. David Silva onto Sané. Sané deep inside the United half. Retreats though, and then slips it in towards Fernandinho. Matic should have intercepted. Fernandinho got to the ball, and then it's a loose pass from the midfielder, and it's straight through to De Gea.
Yeah, the game's starting to open a little bit. You know, United with 2 set pieces, one free kick poor from Sanchez, and then the corner overhit. You know, they need to do better, you know, from dead ball situations, but at least the game's opening up, Alan.
Yes, De Gea plays it right-footed, deliberately to Lukaku. Lukaku didn't keep it in play. It's a throw-in on the far side of the field. The City might have been happier if play had continued, because there was a possibility of Bernardo Silva tackling Bailly and robbing him of possession. Anyway, it's a throw into City just beyond the halfway line on the far side of the field. That's the City left in the first half. Throw goes to Sané. Sané flicks it back to Delph. And now it's with Otamendi. And a good pressing by Manchester United. They're just forcing City in defensive position to think about how they play the ball. Now it's hit long towards Gundogan. I've hardly noticed Gundogan.
Yeah, but see there, you know, I felt a bit sorry for Gundogan in midweek, you know, because obviously playing on the right side instead of Sterling.
Not his position.
No, it wasn't his position, and he didn't get on the ball today, you know, playing in the midfield area with Fernandinho. But there, he ended up in a centre forward position, making that run because Silva dropped deep.
17 minutes gone. Still 0-0 in the Manchester derby. Smalling's pass to Young wasn't great. Young put under pressure by Sterling, forced into a mistake. City have possession with company inside the City half. Plays it to Delph on the far side of the field, the left back, and Delph moves into United territory, leaves the pass short for Sané. Back to Fernandinho. Good ball. Oh, I thought it was a good ball towards David Silva. It was intercepted by Pogba. Pogba runs forward, ran into Fernandinho, went to the ground, thinks he was going to get a free kick, didn't get a free kick. Referee had a clear view of it. Fernandinho for Manchester City to Gundogan. City yet to create a clear opportunity. In fact, there hasn't been a save made by either goalkeeper so far. Delph back to Otamendi, and Otamendi thought about the pass to Company, changed his mind, and now he plays it back to Ederson, the goalkeeper. They do like to stroke the ball amongst the defenders, and they include Ederson in that equation. Ederson up to the edge of his penalty area. Oh, great pass to the left. That was a pass. That wasn't just a ball launched forward. It was aimed accurately at Delph. Delph supported by Sané in the far side, the Manchester City left. And Sané cuts in field. Lots of red shirts between him and the penalty area. Passes it backwards for the moment to Fernandinho. Now David Silva, Otamendi. When they haven't got the ball, United, they've set up really well.
Yeah, they have, you know, quite defensive minded, but that's the beauty of Ederson, as you've just said, Alan. If you press him there, he can pick a pass, he can drop it over the pressing players into a wide player, and the wide players do stay wide. You know, the fullbacks, Delph hugs that touchline on the left hand side, Danilo on the right, and if you do press him, he can just drop the ball, Ederson, into one of those players.
Come on City is the cry around the Etihad Stadium. Good ball by Company to the left side, brilliantly controlled off his chest by Delph. Delph into David Silva. David Silva inside left channel. Good tackle coming in by Manchester United. Silva rolls over. That's not a sign of an injury. No, it's not. He's back on his feet now. But it's with Pogba. Pogba caught in possession there, but he still gets a throw in on the far side of the field. So far we haven't seen a great deal of Paul Pogba.
No, nor Lingard, nor Sanchez, nor Lukaku. You've got to say City dominate possession, but there's Herrera, good tackle on David Silva. You know, David Silva trying to get in Manchester United's final third, but Herrera doing his job with a good tackle.
Still 0-0, nearly 20 minutes played. Matic, awful pass. Well ahead of Ashley Young, straight out of play, throw into Manchester City as a result. Well, you know, they take a draw, City, today. No one can tell me anything other than that, because they know the title's going to come to them, whether it's today or next Saturday night when they play at Tottenham. Here's Bailly. Oh, gee, what a pass by Bailly, straight to Raheem Sterling. Sterling should have been robbed by Pogba. Wins the ball back, plays it into David Silva. David Silva shoots over the crossbar and wide.
You look at the United centre-halves, Smalling and Bailly. If they've got time on the ball, you're almost setting traps if you're City. Just let them have the ball, because their distribution into the midfield areas is extremely poor. You know, they're good, decent defenders. Bailly, I'd say, the better of the two. But let them have the ball if you're City play, because when they're trying to play passes into those midfield areas, I think their distribution is quite poor. So set traps if you're City. And as he did then, they win the ball, end up with having a shot from David Silva.
It's a very mild evening here in East Manchester. Otamendi wears gloves. Guardiola's in a skinny shirt. Doesn't need a jacket. Here's Sanchez. Sanchez won the ball well, actually. And then he played it to, oh goodness, Lukaku looking for the run of Lingard, got the pass wrong, overhit it, and it's through to Ederson. Just the odd glimpse of an opportunity for Manchester United. Ederson to the right side with his pass and finds Danilo. Loose ball in field, but again it was given away by United. Smalling to Sterling, and now Bernardo Silva approaching the United penalty area, cuts inside, plays it to Raheem Sterling, first touch with Bernardo Silva's through, and he was onside, and it was a weak shot, but it was blocked by De Gea.
Yeah, once again, how many shots does David De Gea save with his foot or his leg? There, it's Sterling on the edge of the box, puts the pass into Bernardo Silva, he's stretching on the 6-yard box, he gets a toe to it, but David De Gea once again spreads himself and saves it with his right leg.
I mean, the United defence reacted so slowly, I thought they thought he must be offside, but he wasn't.
Yeah, I think that's where Jose Mourinho must be looking next season to strengthen. You know, I know they've got Bailly, Smalling, Phil Jones, Lindelof. You know, I would suggest getting 2 more centre-halves, because, you know, already we've seen Bailly giving the ball away. Smalling, you know, as you just alluded to in commentary, with a terrible clearance when he was under no pressure whatsoever.
He's Ashley Young, and Young still seems odd to be at left back, but does a really good job there. Young could figure for England in the summer of the World Cup, we'll see. Here's Bailly from the pass by Herrera onto Matic from Bailly's return pass, but then it was lost by Lingard wins it back, and here's Sanchez then brought down by Danilo. It's a free kick, certainly.
That was good pressing from Manchester United. You had Sanchez, Pogba, Lingard around the ball, they won it, and then Sanchez tries to drive in a central area, 45 yards out, and gets fouled by Danilo.
Midway through the first half, you're listening to 5 Live. It's Manchester City 0, Manchester United 0. 2 commentaries tomorrow, remember. Arsenal against Southampton, and then Chelsea West Ham. And do not miss our Masters coverage tonight and tomorrow night. Looking quickly, Sanchez take the free kick. Lukaku's offside. I'm always slightly bemused at the slowness of the assistants to raise the flag. It makes you think, is he really onside? No, he's not. Flag goes up as soon as he touches the ball.
Yeah, we're just seeing a replay now of the chance from Bernardo Silva. He started on the right side into Sterling, and then he was definitely onside, and he just got told to it, but David Hay, good save. But once again, Manchester United from a set piece, wasted.
Here's Herrera just over the halfway line onto Lingard. Lingard doesn't bring the ball under control, and City have it back. David Silva to Gundogan. David Silva again just got his left foot to the ball to divert it to Sané, and Sané brings it under control, plays it back to Otamendi just beyond the halfway line left of the centre circle. Now to Fernandinho. David Silva back to Otamendi once more. Fernandinho again. Still not a proper effort on goal by either side. Sterling did leave his foot a little bit high in the challenge on Pogba. Referee saw nothing wrong. Sterling get the ball back. Sterling going through the middle, plays it to his left to David Silva, onto Sané. Sterling's in the middle, so too is Bernardo Silva. It's swept into the 6-yard box, couple of diversions, and it's played behind for a corner.
Yeah, once again United, the clearances, that time Valencia on his left foot, acres of time just to clear the ball, off balance, smashes it in the air, comes off his shin, ends up for a corner for City.
Sané is going to take it from the left, very close to the Manchester United supporters in that far corner. Sané plays it in high. Kompany heads it in. Vincent Kompany, the captain, has headed City in front. It was a powerful header off the forehead, and it flew past the hair. We played 25 minutes, and after doing no threat on goal really, Manchester City take the lead. Vincent Kompany's second goal of the season.
And the other one coming, the massive game for City in the cup final. And now the captain. It's a great ball into the box. Smalling's marking him, he out-muscles him, he wants it more, and he powers above. He's in the centre of the goal on the 6-yard line, he powers it over David De Gea. Great header from the captain, loses Smalling. What a header from the skipper. 1-0 City.
Smalling all the time is pulling at Kompany's shirt, and Kompany was strong enough to resist that foul challenge and head City in front. And now look at Guardiola. Right, his team have just taken the lead, and he's having a serious conversation with Raheem Sterling.
Watch out, the corner come from Raheem Sterling, winning the ball in midfield, got it off Pogba, and then he won it again, and then end up on the left-hand side. Valencia with a poor clearance, under no pressure whatsoever, and then Smalling loses Kompany. Kompany showed more desire and powers it into the net.
19 minutes to half-time. City 1, United 0. 3 points, and the title will be determined tonight in Manchester City's favour. Here's Ashley Young. Ashley Young under pressure from Bernardo Silva, fouled by Silva, and it's a free kick which Young takes to Pogba. And Pogba lays it in the direction of Lukaku, ahead of the striker, and it's cleared by Ederson. United's big players have got to show now, particularly someone like Paul Pogba.
Now, Pep Guardiola was saying to Sterling, you go and play as a centre forward now, and Bernardo Silva's going to that right hand side, so now Sterling's the furthest forward for Man City.
It's not as if either Bailly or Smalling look capable of looking after Raheem Sterling. Here's Herrera heading it forward, met by Fernandinho, who finds David Silva on the Sané in the far side of the field. Sané with plenty of room, he's going to run at Valencia, he's cutting inside, moving toward the penalty area. Initially I thought he kept the ball, but it's cleared. Then there's a foul on Pogba by Fernandinho, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. Fernandinho was hurt there, I don't think seriously, but he's staying on his back at the moment.
Yeah, you know, he tried to pinch the ball in front of Pogba, who turned, and that's worrying for Manchester City. Fernandinho's been brilliant this season.
He's back on his feet, he's all right. Just seeing that corner again, and Smalling just didn't do enough to stop Kompany, even though he was trying to foul him.
But you know what, Alan? The ball's on the left hand side as we look. It's an outswinger.
Here comes City again. Sané in towards Gundogan, cleared by Pogba at the edge of his own penalty area, met by Lingard, and Lingard, well, he's on his own there, and he's fouled by Sané. That's a free kick.
So I was going to say, Alan, so it's an outswinger, so Kompany's, Smalling's on the wrong side, the starting position. Kompany's in front of him, and they're side by side. There's only going to be there's only going to be one winner, and that winner was Kompany. Poor defending from Smalling.
Yes, you're 5 Live on the BBC. What were you doing 606 afterwards, aren't you?
Yeah, 08, 085 909 693.
What time are you home tonight?
I think 9 o'clock. Can't wait for 606, so get your call in.
I'll be listening from the comfort of my car. Here's Pogba on the halfway line. United trail City 1-0. Kompany's headed goal. Brilliant header it was too. Pogba onto Sanchez. Flick to the left hand side towards Ashley Young. Turned onto his right foot. Too deep across from the England player. Bounces once, it goes behind for a goal kick.
You know, looking at the way both sides set up, and if you're a wide man and the City team, you've got your full-back behind you, you're allowed to stay wide, and looking at the United wide players, Sanchez and Lingard, they spend more time going backwards. But saying that, when Manchester United are that great side, Beckenham, Giggs, they trap back. But football's evolved. Do you know what I mean? You look at the City wingers, the way they get the ball, then they're in the attacking area. When United wingers or wide players receive the ball, they've got such a long way to go to the goal.
Herrera plays it back to De Gea, who had no chance with the header. No chance. De Gea plays it out to Smalling. Now it's De Gea again. And that's, oh goodness, that wasn't a great clearance from him. Went straight to Sané. Sané runs forward, finds Gundogan, shoots a couple of yards outside the penalty area. On to Sterling, there was a foul. Oh, here's Gundogan, shoots 2-0. The title is Manchester City's. 2-0. Guardiola celebrates. The Etihad, most of it goes absolutely mad. Good finish by Gundogan. Manchester City 2, Manchester United 0.
Well, you've got to say this could become embarrassing for Manchester United. David De Gea uncharacteristically giving the ball away, if I can say the word. Sané wins it, but Sterling is almost playing to say to his manager, play me on Tuesday. He's been brilliant so far. Gundogan, he gets the ball and it's great skill. He just rolls away from Matic and puts it in the far corner past the rooted David De Gea. Great skill, great turn through the legs of Smalling. 2-0 City.
Well, they can put the thoughts for Tuesday night just to one side for the moment and concentrate on making sure they're not caught by United here at the Etihad this evening. Half an hour played, they've scored twice, Manchester City, having previously, before the company header, not really threatened.
But I was talking about the wide players, wasn't I? Look where Sané picked the ball up from David De Gea's bad pass. He was in United's final third. He read it. It was a poor clearance from David De Gea, but he's high up the park. He's allowed to do that because of Delph behind him. You're looking at Sanchez. Where does he pick the ball up with Young behind him? On the halfway line at times. You've got to get your wide men further forward.
Here's Company to Fernandinho. The Company. And that passing sequence was around the edge of their own penalty area. They're not troubled in defensive areas, Manchester City. Gundogan scored the second goal. Plays it to the left side to Delph. And look how much room Delph has. He's got 50 yards free in front of him. And he's already made up that 50 yards. Passes it to the left to Sané. Little Sterling, little Bernardo Silva waiting the penalty here. They don't need the height at the moment, Manchester City, but that was a loose pass by Sané. Manchester United bring the ball clear, and then there's a foul on Lingard by Delph, and it's a free kick to United.
Yeah, brilliant for Manchester City. If they start like this on Tuesday against Liverpool, what a game it could be on 5 Live, and you've got the pleasure of being here, Alan.
I have. Yeah, they actually pay me to do gameplay now. It's ridiculous, isn't it? 2-0, Manchester City lead Manchester United. Fernandinho to David Silva, on towards Sterling, onside, this for 3, oh, he's hit it over the crossbar. Goodness.
Should have been 3. United are getting absolutely ripped apart by, some would say, a second string Manchester City. All over the place. Where are the centre-halves gone? Smalling's out of the picture. Bailly's out of the picture. It's Valencia trying to make the challenge. Does enough to put Sterling off. He's 8 yards out, centre a goal. Did it take a bobble? He's got it, the target. I've got to say, it's getting embarrassing for Manchester United, this.
Well, if it's 2-0 to City on Tuesday night with 33 minutes played, what a Champions League tie that is ahead. City and Liverpool. Tuesday evening, you'll hear it on 5 Live. Here's Gundogan to David Silva, who's having a really good game. Good pass to the right side to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva approaching the United penalty area. He's into it now. He crosses towards the far post. Too high for Sané, and is trundled behind for a goal kick.
Tactically, Pep Guardiola is outdoing Jose Mourinho. The head-to-head between the managers. Pep, I think he's won 10 out of the 20 games, and I think there's been 3 or 4 draws. As we're looking at Sir Alex Ferguson here in the stands, and you've got to say, the way he's playing with a false number 9, it was Bernardo Silva, now it's Sterling. They got runners in behind. United can't cope.
Sané on the far side, robbed of possession by Valencia, who finds Herrera. Herrera back to Matic, and Matic has the strength to hold off Sterling. Passes back to Bailly, onto Pogba. Matic once more, and he flicks it in the direction of Sanchez, but there were two City defenders there to cover the run by the Chilean international, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. Well, a few gestures being made by City fans towards Jose Mourinho, who said before the game, my motivation is to finish second. Now, you've got to say that's realistic. You know, United have had a very good season, but in league terms, no one is close. No team is close to this team, Manchester City. Here's Fernandinho to David Silva. Back to Company.
So
Robbie.
from that goal kick there, what happened was, Alan, Manchester United had a five-man press. So Lukaku, Herrera, Sanchez, Lingard and Pogba all went and pressed. That, and then the other players from City stayed right high up the park, and then Sane just drops off to the halfway line, as does Sterling, and Ederson just clips over the five-man press into those two, and United can't cope with it.
Here's Company, scored the first of two City goals tonight that have taken them clear of Manchester United, surely. Otamendi, edge of his own penalty area, onto Delph on the far side of the field, and you know, it's true of Delph, Danilo, Walker. Oh, the ball played towards David Silva, who wins it, beats Smalling, plays it in, and again Sterling hits it over the crossbar. It should be 4-0.
Wow, what a miss once again from Sterling. And I tell you what, it's embarrassing from Manchester United defensively, but it's brilliant from Manchester City. They are all over the place defensively. David Silva, great play. Sterling once again, was he 10 yards out, centre of goal, and he puts it over the bar. You're right, Alan, it should be 4-0.
Hey, I've got to admit, at 0-0, I was going to tell you what I had said before the game, Robbie. Not to you, but to others. I thought this was going to be 0-0. I really did. What do I know about the game? 2-0 City, and it should be double that scoreline. And they might have had a penalty as well.
To be fair, if you're a senior player in this side, you know, if you're a Matic, you know, or Pogba, you should be turning round to that back four, no centre half, saying, what on earth are you doing? Get close to somebody, go make a tackle. They're getting ripped apart. The communication, the distances, they are all over the place. And you can see Pogba's got his arms out. What's going on as Herrera commits a foul?
And he's booked for that challenge on Fernandinho. David Silva's running the show.
Yeah,
excellent.
You know, every Manchester City player is better than their opponent at this minute in time. Lukaku's not touched the ball hardly. Sanchez is a passenger. Lingard out on that right hand side, I don't know, he hasn't been involved. They get over in midfield, and you know, this is a City side who can afford to leave De Bruyne, the returning Aguero on the bench, Walker, the first choice right back. You know, it's
two-thirds of a City team.
Yes.
Two-thirds of a City team, and they're just tearing Manchester United apart here. I wonder what Klopp will be thinking watching this. I'm sure he's watching it. Sterling wins the ball back, finds Otamendi, on to Delph and to David Silva. So slight a figure, so brilliant a footballer, he's just evading everybody else. Delph again, into Fernandinho. There's a run through the middle by Gundogan, not spotted properly, but it goes to David Silva, onto Sane in the far side of the field. Sane tackled by Bailly, and the ball's out of play for a throw into City. Well, at least the United fans behind the end to the right applauded that tackle from Bailly.
Sane, what a terrific season he's had as well, and I've got to say, the youngster Trent Alexander-Arnold the other night was absolutely magnificent in that right back position for Liverpool, but Sane, you know, he's doing much better tonight against Valencia.
The throw-in to be taken by Delph, close to the corner flag. David Silva shows, the throw goes to him. Silva, great control, pass to United players, gets the ball into the penalty, off a shin of a United defender, and it's behind for a corner.
Yeah, it was Valencia. You know, he gave away the first corner for the goal needlessly. This time he can't do anything about it. Great skill from David Silva, pulls it back, and Valencia gives away the corner.
Corner to be taken by Sane from the left. Last such corner, Company headed in. Company makes the run. The corner's overhit though by Sane. Pogba brings the ball under control and moves it to the left of his penalty. Shrugs aside a challenge, not once but twice. Now he's tackled. Now he loses the ball to Fernandinho. Then Pogba wins it back, but the ball trundles through to David Silva. David Silva again. David Silva plays it back to Danilo. And company. Sani arms aloft on the far side. Wants the ball played to him. Might be going in his direction. Otamendi first to Delph. Otamendi again. And the City fans are loving this.
Well, you know, something against humiliated now. They're doing Olays. What are we, 35 minutes in, 2-0 up to win the league? You know, it's getting embarrassing, let's be honest. You know, this is Manchester United Football Club we're talking about against their nearest rivals, and they're toying with them. Olays in 35 minutes got into Manchester derby.
And remember, they're the nearest team to City in the league table. They're in second place, Manchester United, but overwhelmed. Simply overwhelmed so far. And I'm looking at Jose Mourinho. There's no great animation from the United coach. He's got to get his players moving. Instead, it's Sani who's moving. Sani beyond by into the penalty, pulls it back. Sterling into the third attempt. Again, he wastes the opportunity. It's a limp shot straight at De Gea.
He could have had three. Sane, brilliant down that left-hand side. The amount of one-on-one situations these City players have had against their opposite number. What we've seen with Liverpool the other night, Alan, if a City player went past a red shirt, there was another Liverpool there. Tonight, they go past a red shirt and they've got a shot on target or they've got a cross. Not good enough, Manchester United. Brilliant City.
Otamendi to David Silva, who's everywhere. Back to Company, on to Danilo on the near side. Oh, his touch was poor. And in frustration, he just lashes the ball upfield. It'll already gone out of play for a throw-in.
You can see Pep there, the perfectionist. You know, he's obviously Danilo's a poor touch, but did you see the press conference with the mobile phones? When Pep was rearranging them, you know, all in straight lines, you know, and that's what he's a perfectionist. He doesn't want his team to win 2-0. He wants them to win 3-4, 5-6-0.
Well, he's done it in Germany. He did it before that in Spain, magnificently with Barcelona, and he's doing it in England. Was that a handball by Matic? Yes. Delayed response from the referee Martin Atkinson, but finally awards the free kick to Manchester City. And United will be desperate to get in to the dressing room at 2-0. It really should be 5-0. Sterling should have had a hat-trick and still hasn't scored. Here's Bernardo Silva. Back to Danilo. Into Fernandinho. Gundogan makes the run. Into the penalty area. Oh, and the pass picked him out. Gundogan's header straight into De Gea. Make that 6-0. Not could have been 5-0.
You know, people who listen to this, we're not biased. It is unbelievable. It should be 6-0. That time, Gundogan, he just wanders into the penalty area and he heads the ball in the middle of the goal on the 6-yard line. Any side of David De Gea, it should have been 3-0. It could be 6-0.
It's embarrassing from a United perspective. Really is embarrassing. Here's Delph on the far side of the field, the left back from Manchester City, to Otamendi, on to Gundogan. Gundogan scored. He should have had a second goal there.
The centre-halves don't know who to mark because they've got nobody to mark. You know, as a centre-half, you know, I'd like to ask Rio Ferdinand the question. Obviously you'd rather play up against somebody, you know, who's going to go towards the ball, spinning behind. In this formation, at times, Sterling's nowhere near them, and they're on their own, they're isolated, the communication's got to be better. But when they get into the final third, Sterling should have a hat-trick, Gundogan should have scored his second.
Remember, it was 0-0 at 25 minutes. And now, it actually should be 6-0 instead of 2-0. David Silva, magnificent. David Silva looking for Sane. But it's headed away by Valencia. And here's Lingard, back to Valencia. And Lukaku doesn't have a colleague within 30 yards. He jumped to try to meet that ball with his head, missed it completely, and the City supporters are laughing.
So deep, Manchester United. You're right, Alan. The ball gets cleared. Lukaku, nobody near him. You know, you have sympathy for Lukaku. You know, he got 25 goals this season. He's done exceptionally well in his first season, Manchester United, but he's got no support. He hasn't got balls played into him so he can hold it up. He's no balls into the channel. He's got nobody near him. So people might say, well, Lukaku's having a bad game, but he's had nothing to work off.
Where is Alexis Sanchez? Where is Alexis Sanchez? Not involved in the game. Pogba miscontrols that. Here's Danilo. holding off Sanchez inside the final minute of an electrifying first half for Manchester City. Now Lukaku fouls company, and he's going to become the second Manchester United player booked.
Pure frustration from Lukaku there. You know, and Jose Mourinho at half-time, he's got a decision to make. You know, you could, to be fair, he could take every single one of these Manchester United players off, with the exception of David De Gea and, you know, Lukaku probably, because he had nothing to work on, to be fair to him. You know, but they've been so poor. You know, the two centre-halves have been absolutely shocking.
Just to tell you who's on the bench for United: Lindelof, Roca, Mata, Martial, Rashford and McTominay.
Do you know what I would do, Alan? I would take Bailly Smalling off, and I would put Lindelof and Rojo on. That's what I would do, and just make a point, because they've been that bad. It's been embarrassing.
1 minute of time has been added on at the end of this first half. 2-0 as a scoreline does not reflect the balance of play in the first half. Certainly not the last 20 minutes of the first half.
I'm not talking about a team in the bottom of the table here, by the way they defend. I'm talking about Manchester United. The great defenders, Ferdinand, Vidic, Pallister, Bruce. Defend. You know, we've seen Juve defend at times when they're throwing their bodies on the line. This is Manchester United Football Club. It is poor.
Ederson floats a pass to the right side, and of course finds a City player, Danilo. Then it's forward to Bernardo Silva, who's foul tackled by Ashley Young, and it's a free kick. And again, that was just frustration from Young.
You know, Matic is in the team to protect. He's not protected at all. You know, I don't know what Matic is doing this afternoon, but City have been brilliant, Alan.
There's the half-time whistle. What a last 20 minutes from Manchester City. It took them quite a while to get going. They had the same kind of possession football that they had at Anfield on Wednesday night. But once that first goal went in with company, then chance after chance after chance. It could be 6-0, as it was. Only Gundogan scored after company put City in front. 2-0? My word. What a half-time demolition of Manchester United. Well, it was announced a couple of days ago that should the title be won tonight as the second half gets underway, then unlike normal games at the Etihad or at most venues, away supporters would not be hemmed in for 20 minutes after the end of the game, you know, as a crowd safety issue. United fans would be free to leave on the final whistle. I think many of them, frankly, have gone already, and I wouldn't blame them after that shocking display by their team in the first half.
And what Jules has obviously said to those players who started the game: go out there, you know, and try and get something out of this game, because you were poor in the first half. It's the same 11 for United, Alan.
Yeah, United in red shirts, black shorts and black socks. I'll run down the United team. I'll do it now. Ball's out of play for a throw into City. The United team is De Gea, the defence, if we can call it that. Valencia, Smalling, Bailly and Young. Then it's Herrera, Matic and Pogba. Then Lingard, Sanchez and Lukaku. City's keeper is Ederson. Their defence: Danilo, Otamendi, Kompany and Delph. Then Fernandinho, Gundogan and the superb David Silva. Then it's Sterling, Bernardo Silva and Sané. 2-0 is not a fair reflection on City's play, certainly in the last 20 minutes of the first half, where they just tore United apart. But United trying to start on the front foot at the beginning of this second half. They got the ball at least inside the City half. It's with Ashley Young. Young plays it forward, comes off a City player, goes out for a throw-in. But they're all sort of walking around there, those in red. There's no great energy, no great movement, Robbie.
Yeah, it's the same shape as well. You know, they were obviously run all over in that first half, but it's the same formation, you know, same personnel. And obviously Jose must have gone berserk at half time and said, go out there and show those United fans you care.
Pogba to Sanchez, and on now to Lukaku inside the City penalty area, and his attempted cross hits Otamendi and goes behind for a corner in front of the United supporters.
Yeah, and I think Daniel's gone down in the box, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't quite know why.
No, I think it looks like it's his hamstring. Daniel, you know, that would
mean Walker would have to come on. but we'll see. He's back up and he's stretching his right leg, and certainly for the moment he's going to carry on.
It was better from United, wasn't it? Lukaku down that left hand side, the first time he's been able to open those legs of his.
Corner played in by Sanchez, near post and skims off Kompany's head, and now it's behind for another corner to Manchester United from the right. At least, you know, they're on the attack, Robbie.
Much better start from United in this second half. At least they're having a go.
Lingard to take the corners from the right. Edison standing close to Matic. Ball played in towards the near post. Headed away by Manchester City. It's out of the penalty area at least. Lingard then drifts it in on the half volley into the penalty area once more. Headed clear. Drops towards Sterling. Sterling beaten by Bailly. And Bailly finds Sanchez. Sanchez crosses deep. Looking for Smalling. Headed away well by Kompany. Important defensive header. And now it's forward to Sané. But that pass to David Silva intercepted. Manchester United on the front foot. Matic, edge of the City penalty area. Back to Pogba. On his left foot, shoots. Edison saves.
First shot on target from United is Paul Pogba. Good work from United. They pressed City high. They won the ball back. Matic into Pogba. 20 yards out, centre of goal. Tries to curl it with his left foot into the far corner, but Edison covered quite comfortably.
Yeah. Caught with both hands. Got his whole body behind it. And now here's Sané. Sané down this near touchline. Manchester City left. Running in field towards Bailly. Slips the ball to his right to David Silva. On to Gundogan. Gundogan to the right side. And it's tapped into Danilo. Danilo looks all right now and he's won a corner.
Yeah, he's recovered Danilo. You know, Sanchez didn't track him. You know, that allowed the overlap. He gets wide, puts the ball across, deflected for another City corner.
Which Gundogan will take from the right. Manchester City lead Manchester United by 2-0. This is 5 Live on the BBC. City poised to collect the Premier League crown. Gundogan's corner, played in right-footed, headed clear by Pogba. Drops to the feet of Sané. Back it goes to Delph. And now he finds Danilo. Delph again on the halfway line. Towards this near touchline, that's the Manchester City left. He steps in field from Lingard. Plays it back to Otamendi. On to Kompany. Kompany slips it to David Silva now. Inside right position for David Silva. And into Sterling, into the penalty. Already he should have a hat-trick in the game. Plays it back to Gundogan. He shoots wide. He could have had a hat-trick as well in the game.
I think that might have clipped the outside of the post, but once again, great build-up play from City. And there's that man again, David Silva. Brilliant that first half. Sterling to Gundogan, and it clips the outside of the post. He opens up his body, curls it. David De Gea beats it, and it just clips the post.
5.5 minutes gone in the second half. Don't forget our commentaries tomorrow. 2:15 Arsenal against Southampton, and then at 4:30 it's Chelsea against West Ham. And then there's a minor skirmish ahead on Tuesday evening back here at the Etihad. Manchester City against Liverpool in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final. City play as they did in the last 20 minutes of the first half. It's going to be a heck of a night. Otamendi heads it forward over the halfway line. Herrera accidentally got caught there by David Silva, but he's okay. Matic has the ball in the centre circle, on to Pogba. And Pogba's first touch was poor. Oh goodness. Then he dived in on Danilo. It says, well, he didn't catch him because that was a certain booking. Manchester United have had 2 players booked in the game so far. Lukaku, preceded by Herrera. David Silva. Back it goes via Delph to Otamendi, into Fernandinho. And Fernandinho's pass was a little limp, intercepted by Manchester United. Here's Pogba. Lukic wants it, but it's not going to... not Lukic. Lukaku wanted it, but instead it's going to the left side with Ashley Young. Young on the far side of the field, who almost conceded a penalty in the early minutes of the game. It certainly hit his hand, the ball as he slipped on the edge of the 6-yard box, but the referee didn't give it. Here's Herrera, and Herrera goes past Sterling, and it's now flicked towards Sanchez. Sanchez attempted a cross, blocked by Otamendi, and it's out of play for a throw into Manchester United.
You know, it seems every player wearing that red shirt just wants to play safe. You know, who's going to be that creative spark? Who's going to take a chance? Who's going to play that ball forward?
Is that the sort of team that Mourinho has in mind? You know, Fergie's teams took chances all the time. Here's Sanchez from Manchester United. Crosses low. Brilliant chested on. Pogba can score. Pogba has scored. And ridiculously, Manchester United are back in it. It's back to 2-1.
Yeah, Pogba takes a chance. He runs forward, and I've got to say, it's a fantastic chest pass from Herrera. It's a great run from Pogba. He starts on outside of the box. Herrera wanders in. Sanchez does it ever so well. And then the run of Pogba and the cushioned chest pass from Herrera is brilliant. Ederson rushes out, dives at Pogba's feet, but he's got the coolness to lift it over him. 2-1.
It was a great chested pass by Herrera, and a good finish too from Paul Pogba. Makes it a bit more interesting.
Just goes to show though, taking a chance, doing something creative. You know, Herrera, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And Pogba, you know, with that run, it's a good finish as well.
And transfer this scenario to Tuesday night, Robbie. City playing brilliant in the first half, could have hit 6 goals, led 2-0, and then in the second half the away team scores a goal. How important would that be for Liverpool? We'll see how this turns out. Remember, City do need to win the game to win the title tonight. They are going to be champions without question, and they're the best side in the country. Nobody can deny that. Lukaku, chest the ball down. Lingard into Matic, onto Pogba. Pogba seems to have a more central role in the second half. He finds Alexis Sanchez. Pogba's running through into the penalty. It's played in towards Pogba. Pogba heads the equaliser. This is unbelievable. Pogba with 2 goals in a minute, and Manchester United having been thrashed in the first half, but somehow kept the scoreline to 2-0, are now back level at 2-2.
Wow, don't you just love football? What a second half so far for United. Taking a chance again, Pogba. He's in central positions. Brilliant play from Sanchez. He gets the ball, he cuts in. It's a great run from Pogba. Gets on the back of Otamendi, and I tell you what, the ball's slightly behind him. He twists those neck muscles, and he powers it past Ederson from by the penalty spot. 2-2, Paul Pogba 2, game on.
And he wasn't at the races in the first half.
Brilliant stuff, 2 great finishes.
Goodness gracious.
Big players step up to the mark.
You're right, Robbie. Don't we just love football because of how silly
brilliant.
it is?
It's brilliant.
2-2, City and United here on 5 Live. City, you need to waken up. If you want to win the title tonight, you need to wake it up.
I would love to have known what Jose Mourinho said at half-time, because they've come out at a different side. First half, they were embarrassing. Second half, they've battered City so far. It's got 2 goals.
And say you were amongst a handful of United fans who left at half-time, you know, almost embarrassed by their team's display, and maybe getting into the car now and switching on to 5 hours. Lads, it's 2-2. It's 2-2. I'm not making it up.
But what did I say, Alan? You know, the player in the red shirt, take a chance, be brave. You're playing for Manchester United, and Sanchez and Pogba have done that.
Bernardo Silva cuts in from the right side, plays it back to Gundogan. On it goes to Danilo. Back to Bernardo Silva once more. City have plenty of players in forward position. It's a terrible cross by Bernardo Silva. One bounce, it's behind for a goal kick.
Isn't it so funny, football? 6:06 later, 08085 909 693. The texter said Jonathan over in half time. Jose must go.
Yes, yeah, well,
imagine if they won 3-2.
Well, to be fair, we were both laughing at that as the nonsense behind that text.
Hey, Alan, there'll be a few more in 6:06 later, I'm sure.
Oh, I look forward to listening to it. I'll be on my way home. Now, goal kick taken by De Gea to the near side. But it's now with Sterling. Sterling comes forward. Sterling ran into Bailly, and it's cleared by Smalling towards the far side of the field. Should be one there. Danilo's pulled down by Sanchez. I don't know why Sanchez is complaining. Other circumstances, that might have been a yellow card.
An unbelievable transformation in a side. As you said, it could have been 6-0. No question about it. We're talking real good chances for Sterling. Should have had a hat-trick. Gundogan should have had 2. Should have had a penalty. But Jose Mourinho's obviously just hammered them at half-time, and they've come out a different side. And Pogba, you know, I'm pleased for Pogba. He's a lot of criticism, but he's playing in his preferred position. 2 good finishes.
And what's going through the mind of Pep Guardiola at the moment? Might he be thinking, I could do with De Bruyne? Here's Sané down the left side for Manchester City. Onside, cutting in now towards the penalty area. Beats one player, Herrera, get the ball back, and now plays it back to Delph. Delph to David Silva. Swept infield to Fernandinho. Centre of the United half. Played forward, David Silva brings it down. He's onside. He can't find Gundogan with the pass across the edge of the 6-yard box.
Brilliant from David Silva. You know, it's that run again from deep. Little ball from Fernandinho. Gundogan was going to go for it, but he knew he'd be offside, left it, and then David Silva tries to pull the ball across to an unmarked Gundogan. David De Gea gathers it comfortably that near post.
Foul on Pogba. United free kick taken quickly. Lingard to the near side, and Valencia. The game transformed in the first, how many minutes? The first 10 minutes. 2 goals in 2 minutes from Paul Pogba. 2-2 is the scoreline. Here's Sanchez. Sanchez runs forward. Ball rebounds off a City defender. To Paul Pogba. We're talking about players who might have scored a hat-trick today. Gundogan, Sterling for Manchester City. Pogba is now on a hat-trick. Here's Valencia. To Lingard. Back to Valencia. Valencia breaks into the penalty. He's still going strong. He's tackled well though. Good challenge. Came in from Delph. And now it's Sané. On to Otamendi. David Silva. Gundogan up to the halfway line. Finds Sterling. Sterling in the centre circle. Back to Otamendi, who's still joining in the midfield for Manchester City. Finds Sané. Just looking at the potential, who is out warming up for Manchester City. Oh, goodness gracious. They've got any number of options on the bench. Oh, there's a mistake by Manchester City on the far side of the field. Sanchez takes it up. Lukaku hangs far. Still Sanchez moving infield. Finds Lingard. Lingard shoots. Left-footed just wide. Goodness gracious.
What a game we've got here at the Etihad. United on the counter-attack. Fernandinho giving the ball away to Sanchez, who's been so lively in the second half. He's one-on-one. Fernandinho gets back to his credit. But then Sanchez lays the ball to Lingard on his left foot, 20 yards out, drags it past Ederson's post. What a game of football. 2 halves. Wow, they say football's a game of 2 halves.
Well, amongst the City substitutes, one Kevin De Bruyne, who's standing away to our left, hands on hips, looking at what's going on the pitch. I wonder if Guardiola will bring on Kevin De Bruyne. It's possible. It might even be likely if he wants to win the title tonight. Get it out of the way, concentrate then on Tuesday. It's with Fernandinho in the centre circle. On to Sterling. Sterling tackled by Smalling. Ball breaks, then Sterling fouls Lingard, trying to win the ball back. And it's a free kick to Manchester United.
Well, that's better from Smalling. He's made a tackle. He's got close to somebody. You know, he's allowed to do that because they're high up the park. You know, it's been such a transformation from Manchester United. Play with intensity, a desire. At the minute,
free kick taken. Sanchez on to Lukaku. Oh, if Lukaku had taken that ball in the stride, he was clean through. He didn't, and it was played safely back for City by Danilo to his goalkeeper Ederson.
You're right. What an opportunity. All he's got to do is cushion into his path and he's away.
Danilo on the far side as City survived that scare. Gundogan to David Silva, harassed by the other number 21, Herrera. Now it's back to Company for Manchester City. 61 minutes gone here at the Etihad Stadium. You're listening to 5 Live in the BBC. 6:06 to come with Robbie. 08085 909 693. Lovely touch back by David Silva to Delph. On to David Silva once more. And now it's to Otamendi. Otamendi into the centre circle. Turns, slips the pass to his left to Fernandinho. And Fernandinho wide to the left flank. And Leroy Sané into Fernandinho again. Sané's available. Fernandinho comes forward. He's inside the penalty area now. Plays it back to David Silva. David Silva didn't like the option further forward. He's tackled, loses the ball, and it's cleared to Lukaku. 2-2 here. Another foul by Sterling. It's got to be a yellow card.
Yeah,
it is.
It is. Lukaku does well, hold the ball up. You know, now what? Does Pep Guardiola think, right, are we going to win the title tonight? You've got De Bruyne, you've got Jesus, you've got Aguero warming up. Do you put the 3 of them on and think, go and win us the title against our big rivals tonight?
Free kick to United, played back to Bailly, and now it goes to Smalling. Smalling finds Ashley Young, and Young, a long pass back to De Gea. Out to Matic. De Gea once more. 17, nearly 18 minutes gone in the second half. Game totally transformed. 2-0 down at half-time, United out of sight. City, surely. So many goal chances. Now it's 2-2. Ball played forward by David Silva, looking for Sané. Good challenge by Valencia, wins the ball back from Manchester United. And Valencia into Matic. Matic onto Herrera on the near side of the field. Back to Valencia. United looks so much more secure since the second half started. Now Matic heads it forward. Lovely dummy by Sanchez. Allows the ball to go to Lukaku. Pogba's running through the middle. Lukaku tried to play it in the direction of the Frenchman, but it's intercepted by Gundogan.
Done a good second half. Sanchez, creative, little dummy there. Sets up Pogba's second.
Here's Bernardo Silva running forward, allowed to run forward. Slips the pass to the right to Danilo. Danilo into Bernardo Silva in the penalty area. Plays it back to Fernandinho. Long way out, 30 yards from goal. Switches the action from right to left to Delph. Into David Silva. It's a wonderful game of football. David Silva, was he fouled there by Matic? He went down quickly, and the referee had a good view, gives the free kick.
Yeah, just stood his ground. Matic, no complaints. Was a foul. Yeah, his knee seemed to catch David Silva quite high up near the groin area, I think.
Yeah, in that general vicinity. Silva's still down. Yeah, I just wonder if it was knee on knee. That can be very painful, can't it, Robbie?
Yes, certainly can. You know, seen Mkhitaryan midweek for Arsenal, a collision I thought was knee on knee, but you know, it could have been worse.
Well, De Bruyne is sitting down again, but for how long? We've got a little over 25 minutes left for play here at the Etihad. The mood is transformed. City supporters were celebrating the title. Now they're not sure. A draw would not be enough tonight. They will win the title, but they'll win it this evening only if they beat Manchester United. So the free kicks, a few yards outside the penalty area. To the left of City, look at it. Gundogan is going to take it, right-footed, surely not Sané. It's made for a right foot, and it's played in over the crossbar.
Yeah, he goes that near post, over the wall, too much on it. Decent strike.
Well, I still can't believe the way the second half has gone.
Incredible.
Eh? Does it look? Here, I'm being perfectly honest. Half-time, I started my match report. You know, I started the match report, and it was all based on City winning the title. Now it could be a piece of paper I can put in the bin, you know, as I leave the Etihad tonight. Manchester United at the moment will deny City winning the title this evening. Throw into City, near side of the field. Delph takes it, throws it back to Otamendi. Otamendi declines to pass to Kompany, or at least initially does. He's still thinking about it, playing it to the captain. He's not being harassed. He's allowed to inch forward towards the centre circle, and now he plays it to the right side to Danilo. Danilo towards Sterling. Sterling plays a good 1-2. Oh, the return pass wasn't great from Bernardo Silva. It's out of play, and it's a throw-in to Manchester United, according to the assistant. City are sure the final touch was a United touch. I can't tell, it's way over there. Don't know, anyway, the throw-in goes to United. Young to take it. Young throws it to Sanchez. Sanchez tried to sweep it forward. He's out of play. And this time, despite Young thinking it's a United throw-in, it goes to City. Going to be a change shortly for Manchester United. Mourinho wants to win this game now. Having watched his team slaughtered in the last 20 minutes of the first half, 2-0. I can't emphasise enough, it could have been 6-0 easily. Now it's 2-2. Bernardo Silva to the right of the United penalty area, teasing Ashley Young, cuts under his left foot, plays it back. Danilo was there. Danilo crosses towards the far post. That's too high for the diminutive strike force for City tonight. They're too small, and it's behind for a goal kick.
See, it's much better defending from Manchester United. They're in contact with their opposition number. That time Sterling was closely marked. You know, there was too many gaps. No communication that first half. It's been a much better all-round team performance. And interestingly, in the second half, Alan Lukaku's come out to the right-hand side, and Lingard's playing as like the number 9. Has Mourinho seen something there? Looks like Rashford might be coming on soon as well.
Halfway through the second half, Manchester City 2, Manchester United 2. And if you'd switched your radio off, towards the end of the first half, thinking, well, why bother, it's game over, and now just switching on to check that it's game over, it ain't, folks. It really ain't. Otamendi looks for Danilo on the far side of the field. Danilo's first touch wasn't great, and the second touch took him into Alexis Sanchez. Now, is that going to be a yellow card for the fullback? No. I think the referee, Martin Atkinson, feels that maybe Sanchez had made rather too much of the tackle. Yeah, it is certainly a free kick.
It was a poor touch from Danilo, and Sanchez got there first, and it was a foul, no question about it. He's been sharp in the second half, Sanchez.
Well, I wasn't even sure he was on the pitch in the first half.
You could say the same about every United player, though.
True, that's true. Sanchez to take the free kick. Pogba, Matic, Smalling, all lurk with Lukaku on the edge of the City penalty. It's played in deep. Smalling! Oh, it's 3-2 Manchester United! Smalling on the volley, right-footed. Delicious free kick from Sanchez. Splendid finish from Smalling. And it's been turned around completely on its head. City 2, United 3.
Wow. Unbelievable. What are we seeing here? United embarrassing in the first half. Now they're 3-2 up at the Etihad. And Smalling, who was shocking in that first half. It's a great ball from Sanchez. He's whipped it in. There's a question mark, is he offside? But he gets away from company. I've got to say, Alan, as the ball goes over his head, he opens his body up and he side foots it on the volley past Ederson from 6 yards out. Great finish from Smalling. 3-2 United. Wow.
It's a striker's finish, wasn't it, Robbie?
Great finish.
Most central defenders in that position will just swing their boot at the ball, hope for the best. It was sumptuous. Controlled.
I've never seen a greater transformation from one of the worst performances I've seen from a United side in the first half to now dominating, scoring 3 goals at the Etihad against their rivals, and could stop them winning the title tonight.
De Bruyne is going to come on shortly for Manchester City. Left out in anticipation of a more difficult task on Tuesday evening against Liverpool in the Champions League, a game you'll hear on 5 Live, of course. But this is turning out actually into what could be a depressing evening for Manchester City. So much on top, now 3-2 behind. It's a good run forward though by Delph, and now he plays it to David Silva into Gundogan to the far side, doesn't quite reach Bernardo Silva. The ball's out of play for a throw in. There are going to be 2 changes. Jesus is coming on as well. City on the attack. Once more it's cleared by United. Out for a throw-in. Smalling gives it away again. On the far side of the field. What a great finish from Smalling. The throw-in goes to Gundogan. Gundogan then loses control of the ball. Sanchez running it clear. Was he brought down? No, he wasn't. Ball's into Sterling. Sterling into the penalty. Angles it cute. Can't get it across to Sané. And it's behind. What's he given? Goal kick.
Yes. Good play from City though in that final third, looking for those little passes. It's Sterling, cuts the ball back, obviously come back off Sterling, goal kick for United.
Right, the first one is, the 2 Silvas are coming off, David and Bernardo. They're coming off, De Bruyne is on, and so too is Jesus.
Yeah. De Bruyne, magnificent this season, Jesus, poor at Anfield. But you've got to say, Alan, there'll be question mark being asked of those United players at half-time by their manager, by their fans, by everybody listening, by everybody watching. And I tell you what, they've answered a few of those questions, no doubt about it, showing great character to come back. The manager, the players, the response has been absolutely magnificent from the players in the red shirts, because I'd have taken all of them off. But they've all stayed on and been brilliant.
Sorry, we're laughing because we're neutrals here. And it's just an extraordinary football match. And the person who sent the text at half-time about, Jose Mourinho has to go. Come on. Can we hear your text again, please? We might repeat it, actually, at full time. 3-2 Manchester United lead. And we're inside the final 17 minutes. What a game of football. Danilo on the far side of the field. Now, De Bruyne has to get involved quickly. He might do so. Jesus plays the ball back to Fernandinho, and then it's clipped towards the left side, towards Sané. From having to win the game, City have to score to try to get a point out of the game. Sané's cross, overhit. Sterling keeps it in play on the far side of the field, or at least I thought he kept it in play. No, he hasn't. It's a throw into Manchester United.
And at this minute, you go back to those chances Sterling missed in the first half. Great chances they were. They should have put City 3 or 4 up. You know, the big question is for the United goal. The third goal was small in an offside position. No, but it doesn't matter. The goal stands. And it was a great finish from Smalling.
You know, I'm told that, I don't know how they work this figure out, but I was told before the game that this match is being televised to 1 billion households across the world. 1 billion. Many people won't be that familiar with football or with soccer, but I'm telling you, they'll think, what a sport this is. What a game of two halves. Extraordinary. City stunned by how United have played in the second half. It's with Otamendi, who finds company, onto De Bruyne in the centre circle.
It's been like a Rocky film. Rocky Balboa was getting hammered in the early rounds. He's on the ropes. You think he's going to get beat, and then all of a sudden he throws a punch and he goes on and wins the fight.
Now there was a push in the back of Gundogan by Herrera. Now Herrera is rolling around as if he's the injured party here. I don't know about that. I really don't know. I think Mourinho's worried about this. He is, but Herrera's slowly, albeit slowly, getting back on his feet. Martin Atkinson sort of taps him on the back, and it will be a free kick to Manchester City. 16 minutes to go, plus added time. We're underway again. It's with De Bruyne. De Bruyne on to Sterling. Sterling with Danilo running to his right. Sterling into the penalty. Danilo crosses low, hits a defender, rebounds again, and it's a goal kick because the last player touched was Danilo.
Ashley Young does so well there. You know, Danilo had the run on him. He got back, made a tackle.
Aguero's coming on. The last change for Manchester City. What's that number? 08085
909 693.
I'll try to give you a call, but I won't be able to get through because there'll be so many callers for you. So the change is he's taking Gundogan off and Aguero is coming on. It'll be interesting how freely Aguero will run in these last 15 minutes. This could be critical for Manchester City in terms of Tuesday night's game.
Yeah, he's got a little strapping on his left knee, hasn't he? You know, just see there above his socks.
Yes. But it's all-out attack now from Manchester City, you'd think. You know, if they'd just taken one or certainly two of the other chances they had in the first half and were 3 or 4-0 clear instead of just 2-0, they're now trailing 3-2. Lukaku for Manchester United into Sanchez. Sanchez will lose one tackle, then another one, and a third tackle, fouled by Sané. Game continues. Lingard has the ball. Lingard runs forward, and then Sané shrugs it aside, and that's a free kick. Quite rightly given by Martin Atkinson.
Well, I've got to say, Sanchez once again showed great footwork, low sense of gravity, going past players, and then Lingard shows the desire which all the United players lacked in that first half. He gets the ball. Just watch it now in a replay. I think it was Sané who just bundled him off the ball. They just scored from a set piece. Sanchez delivery to Smalling. Will they do it again?
A little over 13 minutes remain of the 90 minutes. Free kick to Manchester United. It's 7-8 yards in from the right touchline. Sanchez is going to take it. It's halfway inside the City half. City have got everybody in sky blue back defending. It's played in and headed away by Otamendi. Not cleared properly. Matic meets it, edge of the penalty, crosses the ball left-footed, straight onto a forehead represented by a City defender, and now City can counter-attack here. Danilo plays it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne has Sané ahead of him. De Bruyne cuts in field, moving away from Sanchez, flicks it to Aguero. Aguero into the penalty, goes down, no penalty kick. Referee's absolutely right. Fair challenge.
He's badly hurt, Aguero. He is badly hurt here. Badly hurt.
Oh dear, that is bad. Oh, Aguero is just the way he's reacting. I'm really sorry. Now there's a skirmish around the halfway line between United and City players. Another United player is down, but I'm worried about Aguero. Seriously worried about Aguero. I think it was a fair challenge on him. I really do, Robbie. But maybe a replay will show us different.
Yeah, this does not look good at all for Aguero.
No, he's on his back, flat on his back. Guardiola turns away from the scene. I mean, I was watching Aguero, not paying attention properly to the ensuing skirmish a little further upfield. The referee has his notebook out. Who's going to be booked and who might be sent off here? This will be interesting. Company's talking to the referee, Martin Atkinson.
Aguero's up. That's a great sign. He's up.
Well, a number of names might be taken here. Right. Fernandinho is one. He's yellow carded. Now who else? Well, just seeing a repeat of that. It was a tackle by Ashley Young.
I tell you what, Ashley Young there, it's one of those. He's outstretched for the ball, he wins the ball, and then what happens is his foot ricochets off the ball and studs Aguero in the knee. I think Ashley Young's unfortunate because he wins the ball. I don't think there's any intent there from Ashley Young.
No, I agree.
I just think he won the ball, and as the follow through, his foot ricocheted off the ball into Aguero's. And I tell you what, Aguero's so lucky there because his knee seemed to jar.
Was it a penalty?
I don't think it was. No,
I
don't think it was.
I think Aguero has been booked there, presumably for saying something to the referee. We're just seeing a challenge on Lingard. Oh, goodness gracious. There were 3 City players converged on Lingard. I can't tell you how many players were booked there, because there was just a group of players around the referee, Martin Atkinson. At least the game was resumed.
It's one of those tackles from Ashley Young, Alan. People will say it was dangerous. People will say it should have been a red card. People will say it should have been a penalty. But I think he's won the ball. Doesn't mean if you win the ball it's not a foul, but he was unfortunate, wasn't he? Because he won the ball and his foot seemed to bounce off the ball like in a split second and caught Aguero.
I'm just relieved that Aguero is now on his feet and still in the game.
Yeah.
Throw in to Manchester United, who in this extraordinary game at the Etihad Stadium lead City by 3-2. Here's Otamendi, followed by Pogba. Pogba now. He's going to be yellow carded, and is yellow carded. Oh, it's tempers are being lost here.
This is what you get in a derby, though. This is what you get. Pogba there brought down Otamendi. It's a definite yellow card. But this is a Manchester derby. This is 2 teams, one trying to stop the other winning the title. One who were embarrassed in the first half, who have now been brilliant in the second half. There's bookings, there's tackles, there's goals.
Rashford's coming on for Manchester United. To replace who? Lingard? Yeah, well, the 4th official's coming out. We'll know shortly. Certainly Mourinho wants the change made before this free kick can be taken. No, it's Sanchez who's coming off.
Yeah, I think he's been very good, Sanchez, for Manchester United this evening. I thought he's worked hard, set up, a goal, worked hard. He's disappointed, you can tell, and rightly so. I think he's been very, very good. He's been a spark for United in the second half. He's getting a standing ovation from the fans away to our right. Many of them come back in when they scored. But Rashford coming on.
Well, just to confirm, Fernandinho and Aguero were booked in that business around the halfway line. Aguero must have got up and said something to the referee about the challenge on him by Ashley Young. Anyway, we carry on.
When the tackle went in, I thought Aguero was seriously hurt because he was punching the floor, and he's very fortunate because his knee seemed to, caught on the knee by the studs of Ashley Young unintentionally. But big talking point for 606 08 085 909 693.
3-2 to United after it was 2-0 to City at half time. We've got 8 minutes on the clock, but we've had changes, substitutions, hold up for injuries. Who knows how much added time. De Bruyne forward into the penalty, shoots low, almost deflects to Aguero on the far post, is cleared by Manchester United. One bounce and it's out of play for a throw into City.
Yeah, Ashley Young does so well. It's Aguero on the back post.
Sané with a throw-in. Back to Fernandinho. Another change. McTominay's coming on. Here's Jesus for the shot. Blocked by the defender. Rebounds to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's impact, I've got to say, has been not that great since he's come on as a substitute. Now it's Kompany to Aguero. On to Jesus. Ball might fall to Jesus again, but the referee decided it was a foul by Jesus on a defender, and it's a free kick to Manchester United.
And breathe. McTominay looks like he's going to come on for Manchester United, Alan.
Yep. Well, they're leading 3-2. Another word from Mourinho. There was certainly no bus parked in the second half. They were outplayed in the first period. Outplayed. And City should have been out of sight. But they weren't.
It's just almost the managers said, get out there, go and show those fans who have paid a lot of money to be here behind that goal. Go and show them you want to play for the red shirt at Manchester United. Go and put performance on. Go and win the second half. And they're going to look like they're going to win the match. Or are they?
Who knows? And what omens do we have for Tuesday night? Here it's played forward, almost breaks the Lingard inside the penalty area. Out comes Ederson, foot high, but he gathers the ball and he throws it out. I'm just thinking, City's form in the first half, Liverpool plows with, and Klopp would have been watching and saying, boy, that's going to be difficult. And then they watch United plunder 3 goals in the second half, and with a strike force that Liverpool have, you'd think they will score on Tuesday night. We shall see. Lingard is coming off, McTominay coming on. That's to stiffen things up.
Yeah, it certainly is. Lingard's done okay. He's gone to the furthest part of the pitch so he can walk off slowly to waste a bit of time. Getting a standing ovation from the away fans. McTominay now, I'm sure, just sit there next to Matic. And Pogba might drop a bit deeper. Pogba's been good in the second half. 2 great goals. Credit to Paul Pogba. Credit to Manchester United. Show great character. But City, can they get that equaliser? And can they win the league tonight?
Well, they have to score twice. Yes, they have to score twice to win the league. Tonight. They will win the league, but maybe not tonight anymore. Valencia with a throw-in for Manchester United. On to Lukaku's head. Half cleared by Manchester City. One back by Herrera. Pogba to Herrera. Then a foul tackle comes in. De Bruyne complains, but it's a free kick to Manchester United.
Yeah. You've got to say as well, when we've seen Liverpool in midweek press City high. What United in the second half, they've mixed it, they've got stuck in. They've rattled City, and City are committing fouls in dangerous areas. They committed one for the 3rd goal from Smalling. They rattled a bit in the second half.
5 minutes of the 90 remain, and then who knows how much added time. This is 5 Live bringing you the drama at the Etihad this evening. Manchester City 2, Manchester United 3. 2-0 to City at half-time. Lukaku for Manchester United pulls the cross. It's still in play, is it? Yes, it is still in play in the far side. No, it's not. It's a goal kick. Finally, the assistant indicated as such. Ederson takes the goal kick quickly to De Bruyne. De Bruyne now into the centre circle on the halfway line. Plays it to his left. Oh, poor ball by Delph. Won by Valencia. Valencia's over the halfway line. Delph is caught out. Valencia's still going forward. Pogba's in a position around the edge of the penalty. The pass went to Lukaku instead. He's tackled by Kompany. And now it's with Sterling. Sterling forward to De Bruyne. De Bruyne inside left channel. Sané to his left, but De Bruyne is looking to his right. And it's with Jesus. Jesus shoots. Hits the back of Smalling. Rebounds to the far side. Danilo wins it. Danilo controls it well too. Plays it in to Kompany. Kompany's still on the attack here. Now it's chipped into the penalty area. Headed clear by Bailly. Matic lifts it to Pogba. Pogba tries to sweep it upfield. Miskicks it. Collected by Fernandinho for Manchester City. 3.5 minutes of the 90 remaining. 3-2 to Manchester United. Sané from the left for City. Sané cutting infield. Back to Fernandinho. Long way out. Thought about shooting. Changed his mind. Plays it back to Danilo. Sterling's wide on the right. And it's played to Sterling. That's a great ball. Sterling pulls it back. Takes a deflection. Goes behind for a corner.
Great ball it was from Danilo to Sterling. You've got to say once again, Ashley Young at that near post. Last ditch tackle. Makes it well. Corner City.
What can you say about football? What a game. Corner to be taken by De Bruyne. Right footed high. Headed on by Fernandinho, but to no great effect. Finds a red shirt. It's shipped forward by Herrera. McTominay loses out in the tackle to Delph. Delph in towards Sané. Sané now in a central position. Almost fooled himself there as he got past one player, Matic. But City keep the ball with Kompany, who's now in the attack. Not any longer a defender. There's the cross into the penalty area, easily caught by De Gea. De Gea falls over, as you do as a goalkeeper in such circumstances.
Yeah, and why not? You know, you collected the ball quite comfortably there. But what a game. This is why it's the best game in the world, football. You know, end-to-end stuff. One team dominated that first half, and United getting 3. Could you have wrote it?
No, you couldn't have written this. No, you'd been held up as a complete fool to have forecast this scenario. It ain't over. Kompany over the halfway line. 2 minutes of the 90 remaining. De Bruyne into Fernandinho, and Fernandinho onto Delph near side. City left. Delph declines to pass to Sané, plays it back to Otamendi. Everybody bar Ederson is inside the Manchester United half. De Bruyne picks it up onto Jesus, back to De Bruyne. Jesus again near the D, plays it back. Was he fouled there? Referee allowed play to continue. City still has the ball. Sané on the left side of the penalty, crosses in. Aguero's hitter, fantastic save by De Gea. Fantastic save.
What a save, David De Gea. That's why he's the best goalkeeper in the world. Sané, Aguero with the head, he's gone with his right hand, tips it over the bar.
De Bruyne's corner, played in low. Oh well, Jesus went to meet it, didn't get any contact on the ball, but it scooped behind by United player. It's another corner. That was a brilliant save by De Gea.
What a save, David De Gea.
De Bruyne with the corner again from the right, played in low. Fernandinho meets it. They appeal for a third corner and they get it. That was given by the assistant on the far side of the field. The referee couldn't have seen properly. De Bruyne once more. 30 seconds remain of the 90 minutes. Played it, and it's a goal, and it's off the post, off the inside of the post by Sterling, and beaten behind by Manchester United. It's another corner.
Oh, Sterling. I don't know how much he knew about it. It gets flicked on by Otamendi. He's 4 yards out. It's in the post.
The corner's in there. It's inside the United penalty area. Now it's cleared upfield by Ashley Young. Rashford chases after it. Rashford goes down. He's been fouled. Free kick to Manchester United. 5 minutes of time is being added on.
I wish there was 10. I don't want to go home. It's been absolutely brilliant. Sterling, 4 yards out. He could have had 4 to that. He hits the inside of the post and then it's cleared. And then Rashford goes down the left-hand side, brought down. How has Sterling missed that? We're seeing replays now. It's harder to miss. Pep Guardiola puts his head in his hands. Oh, can we have 10 minutes?
Into added time. Free kick to Manchester United, who lead Manchester City by 3-2, having trailed 2-0 at half-time, having been outplayed in the first half. It's played deep towards Lukaku. Lukaku brings the ball under control with his chest, plays it into Herrera, wide to Lukaku again, back now to Valencia and into Matic, and Matic sweeps it in the direction of the Belgian striker Lukaku, but it's ahead of him, it's out to play for a throw in to Manchester City.
Just game management from Matic. He's just put the ball into the corner. They're going to keep him in there.
Lindelof will come on shortly as another Manchester United substitution. They've got the ball inside the City half. Matic keeps the ball. Then he left it to Herrera. Oh, well, I'm not sure about that challenge being worthy of a foul. Herrera threw himself down, but it's a free kick to Manchester United.
Yeah, he's put himself in position tonight, Herrera, to win little free kicks for his side. He must have won 5 or 6 free kicks. It's a little foul from Jesus. Kompany's come across. Kompany's got a yellow card.
Kompany's been booked. Goodness gracious. Temperaments have gone for Manchester City, but I've got to say I didn't think that was a foul. The referee did, and he's given the free kick, and his word is the only word that counts. United taking as much time as they can over the free kick. It's inside the Manchester City half, close to this right touchline. Valencia still hasn't taken it. Now he plays it to Herrera. Jesus goes in, and that's going to be a yellow card. Jesus showing the after effects of his complaint earlier on Herrera going down. I tell you, he looks like a player who could lose his head at any moment in the game.
He was just waiting for Herrera to get the ball and smashes it into him, gets the yellow card.
1, 2, 3, 4 yellow cards minimum for Manchester City. Free kick to be taken for United by Valencia. We've got 2.5 minutes of added time remaining. Lindelöf's not on yet. Valencia hasn't taken the free kick yet. Pogba being told by his manager to get down the right flank, and Valencia plays the ball to Pogba. Pogba was having a shirt pulled by Sané there. Pogba gets to the ball, keeps it in play, wins a corner. Great play.
Best performance in the second half from Paul Pogba in the United shirt. 2 goals, brilliant performance. You know, and it's taken United, Alan, to be embarrassed in that first half, to come out, show grit, determination, you know, and they have been brilliant. As bad as they were in the first half, they've been brilliant in the second half.
Well, the change for United is that Herrera's coming off. Lindelöf is clearly another defender coming on. I think Herrera's had a really good second half.
Yeah, he's broke play up.
Corner to Manchester United following this substitution. They'll have to add another 30 seconds on. Of course, it'll become 5.5 minutes, at least, the added time. United lead by 3-2 in this extraordinary match that you've heard on 5 Live. Corner was taken short. Pogba has it, and the flag is up. It's a goal kick for Manchester City. They get the ball to Ederson. Ederson will have one thing in his mind now. He'll not be passing it short out of his penalty area. He'll lash it long, and he does, left-footed. Very high. Company's up on the attack. Company jumps, puts off the defender, but not Ashley Young, and Young smashes it away to the far side of the field. Out of play for a throw-in. Danilo, anxious to take it, throws it back to Ederson. We're inside the 5th minute of added time. Ederson, halfway inside his own half, plays it towards the near touchline. Good control by Company. Company back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne now, 40 yards from goal. Into Sterling. Sterling could have had 4 goals tonight. De Bruyne again, crosses low. McTominay, well, he got that away with his right shoulder, and he made sure that the referee knew that. He pointed to his shoulder. Anyway, De Bruyne again, crosses low into the penalty area, and it's put behind by it's a goal kick. City think they should have had a corner, but they haven't got one.
Yeah, I thought it was as well, Alan. Company playing as a centre forward now. Ball whipped in from this left-hand side. But, wow.
Could you have seen at half-time, Robbie, Manchester City fans leaving the ground, except after their team winning the title?
No, it's been unbelievable. What a game of football. And credit to Jose Mourinho. His half-time team talk must have rattled those United players who were poor. They've come out, determination, character wearing that red shirt, and it looks like they're going to win the game and stop City winning the title tonight.
Well, if they win the title next week, it'll be at Tottenham Hotspur next Saturday evening. Before that, they play Liverpool in the Champions League, trailing 3-0 after the first game. You'll hear the whole of that City-Liverpool game on 5 Live, as you'd expect. Valencia declines to take the throw-in quickly. Now he throws it into McTominay. We've played 6 minutes of added time. Still the game goes on, but the ball's inside the Manchester City half. They need to score twice. I'm not sure they're going to score once, but they better be careful. Danilo plays it forward. Company heads it on towards Aguero. Headed clear. Matic smashes over the halfway line. There is the final whistle. And can I, as a neutral, say, thank you. Thank you for reminding me what a crazy sport this is. Fantastic. City, unbelievably, only 2-0 up at half-time, but amazingly, even more so, losing 3 goals in the second half and lose the game 3-2. The title wait goes on. Robbie.
Yeah, what a pleasure and a privilege it was to be here to see how brilliant City were in that first half, embarrassing Manchester United, but then character, desire, determination, the half-time team talk from Jose Mourinho, and the player who was so poor in the first half this morning has got the winner in the Manchester derby, which stops their rivals winning the title tonight.
City have to get their play right. They have to get the mood in the Etihad right for Tuesday night. A big task awaits them when they play Liverpool. The title they will win. Whether it's next Saturday night at Tottenham or not, they will win the title, and they'll deserve to win the title. But how low will their mood be walking off the pitch this evening?